Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles, having borderline personality disorder, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and panic attacks, depression. I talk about narcissism. In my narcissistic mother, I talk about schizophrenia, and I wrote a book, Life with My Schizophrenic Father, and the link to that book and all my other books is down below in the description. They're all available on Amazon. I talk about my unethical psychologist who sexually abused me and a plethora of other mental health related topics. But I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. All I ask in turn of you is your kindness and respect in the comments. Please be kind to me, be kind to other people who comment. We don't need to agree on everything. Variety is the spice of life, but we do need to show each other respect and kindness. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Please stick around, take a chance, hit that little box that says subscribe on the lower right-hand corner there, and you will be notified each and every time a new video of mine comes out. Share it with your friends, your family on your social media platforms. Give it a thumbs up. I really want to hear your thoughts, your opinions, your struggles, your personal struggles. I want, if you are willing to, I really would love to for you to share them with me. I will always respond back in the comments to you. And let's grow this community. Let's get to know one another and make friends. Now, today's video is the pros and cons of being a loner. My lifestyle as a loner, as a recluse. I've been a recluse, let's see. I'm going to say since, probably like probably since 2016, maybe, I would say. 17, maybe, yeah, before COVID, I think. Before 2020. Maybe it was 2000, you know how it slowly happens over the years, you have less and less contact with people. So I'm probably saying by the time 2018, 19 rolled around, I was a complete loner. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any social connections at that time before. This is pre-COVID, before COVID took all that away from people. And in this video, I'm going to address the pros and cons of being a loner. First of all, when I had friends, I was always on their time schedule. Whenever they wanted to get together, I'd get together with them. But this is what I didn't like about that. They would change up the plans. I had a lot of things I did in the morning. I had an exercise routine. I was writing poetry, writing books, and it takes a lot of effort to put a whole book together. This is not easy work. I was submitting to journals and magazines my poetry, and I was involved with my son. He was at home at the time, well, before he went to school, and just a lot of other things, housework, and and my friends would tell me, this is more than one. It was Holly and Linda. They would tell me a certain time, let's get together at this time. And so I would do everything I could to be ready at the time that they allotted, the time that they wanted to get together. And what would happen was, then they'd call me up and say, oh, well, Linda called me up and say, I'm ready now. I'll pick you up now. And I said, well, Linda, you told me 11 o'clock. Well, I'm ready now. Okay. But I'm not ready now. You told me 11. So, I set myself up to, getting into the bathtub at 10 o'clock so I could, shower, dress, make up, and be ready at 11 because I had a lot of things to do before 10 o'clock. I'm up at 4 or 5 in the morning, more like 4 o'clock in the morning to get all my things done. And just because she was ready, she expected me to drop everything and be ready, an hour earlier when she told me 11. And I said, well, I can't be ready. Oh, can't you be ready? I'm ready now. I have nothing to do. Then with Holly, she would, we were supposed to, this would happen all the time with Holly. She'd say, okay, I'm going to pick you up at 1 and we'll go sledding. It was a freezing cold day. She had a humongous big van that was heated. And my husband had the car because we only have one vehicle. We couldn't afford two vehicles. So I had no transportation to get to the park. And the park was about a half an hour, 40-minute walk from my home, probably like 40 minutes. So I was waiting for Holly, and Austin, my son, who was like 6 or 7 back then, was so excited because he was going to go sledding with his best friend, Holly's son, Michael. And I said, okay, 1 o'clock, we'll be here. So my son's all dressed in his coat and everything with the sled and all ready to go. We're all excited. We're going to go sledding with Michael, his best friend, Michael, her son. She calls me up, ring, ring. Hello. Hi, Holly. Where are you? It's after 1 o'clock. Oh, I'm not going to be there till 2. Oh, okay. I'll wait around till 2. Oh, I got tied up doing whatever. All right, all right. I'm flexible. I mean, I try to be with friends. I try not to. I try to be, understanding. This is how I was. So I tell my son, take off your coat. They're not going to be here till 2. So he goes play a video, whatever he does. I don't remember. It was years ago. So 2 o'clock, it's 10 after 2. Mommy, are we going sledding yet? It's after 2. Mommy. I said, yeah, okay, let me call Holly. She's supposed to be here at 2 to pick us up in her big van that's heated. We don't have a vehicle. My husband's taking the car to work. It's a freezing cold day. It's like under 30 degrees. It's like freezing. I don't know what it was. Maybe it was 30 degrees, 29 degrees. I don't know what it was. It was pretty freezing out there. So I call Holly up. Hey, Holly, you said, you'd be ready at 2. It's like 10 after, going on quarter after. Oh, yeah, I'm running late. Yeah, you said, probably going to be there around 3. All right. Oh, okay. So, and guess what? When 3 o'clock came, my son is in tears now. Where are they? He has his coat on again since 1 o'clock. So I said, fuck it. I just said, let's go, Austin. We're just going to walk there. I promised my son to go sledding. It's 3 o'clock. I got to get home in a couple hours and make dinner at 5. So we just, so this is the thing, okay? When I'm friends with someone, and this is not the only one, Holly Linda, there was another one, Sandy Walter. Sandy Walter wanted to, go out to lunch to celebrate my birthday. And she said, well, can we go out for breakfast instead? Breakfast? Yeah, I'm on a diet because I'm going to a high school reunion. So I don't want to eat a big lunch. So I'll take you out for breakfast for your birthday. You don't mind, do you? Well, since she's going to be treating me for my birthday, what am I going to say? It puts me in a bind. It looks like I'm an ingrate. I don't want to be going to Bertucci's like we normally do and have a pizza because that's really fattening. I really want to watch my waistline because I have a high school reunion coming up and I want to look my best in front of all the other women. Oh, all right. I really didn't want to go out for breakfast. So, oh yeah, I'll meet you there like at 7:30. What? It's like, oh my God, I didn't want to go out for breakfast. I didn't want to meet her that early. I had no car. I had to walk all the way, and it was a warm day because my birthday's in July. But then she orders oatmeal, and like I don't, I didn't like anything on the menu, but I didn't want to go for breakfast. I had to do what she wanted to do. So that's one reason. Another reason is I was always on call, okay, with my friends. I felt like a doctor. They called me up at work. They called me up at home. I was always on call. They called me up late at night. They called me up early in the morning while I'm trying to get ready for work. They come at my work to talk about their problems. Now, and I felt obligated because they're my friends to listen to them. I'm not a doctor. I don't get paid the salary. I shouldn't be on call for people. But I felt bad. One friend was going through a divorce. Another friend needed a major surgery. She had a big tumor on her bladder. She had to get her bladder removed. So it wasn't like these friends were calling for stupid reasons. Some of them were calling for stupid reasons, but other ones weren't. So I felt, gee, I would feel horrible, because they're in such needy. They're going through such major life, crises, not to be there. But even when I was going through a life crisis, my psychologist, you know, wouldn't be on call 24 hours a day. I just felt like, you know, I had I had to be available for them all the time, and it just got to me after a while. Do you understand? I felt like, you know, I would always had to be like, I felt like I said, like on call, like a doctor. And whatever these people wanted to do, I would go along with it, more so because to keep the friendship. So I would go along with whatever their plan was to do, even if I didn't want to do it. For an example, Holly calls me up and she wants to go to the beach. Now, I love the beach. It's my favorite. But I love the beach in the summertime when I'm in a bathing suit. And it's sunny and like in the 80s outside, in the high 80s, not even 90s. I love to go to the beach and go in the water. I do not like to go to the beach when it's October and it's cold out and windy and I need a jacket and it's too cold, obviously, to go in the water. And, I said, Holly, you promised we could go to the beach all summer. I kept asking you, when are we going to go to the beach? She says, we will. When are we going to the beach? We will. The whole summer goes by. Holly doesn't, I keep asking her, any day, Holly, any day you want to. You pick the day, Holly. Guess what day she picks? She picks a cold, windy day in the end of October to go, where you need to have a jacket, a windbreaker on. No going in the water, no sunbathing. It's cloudy, it's windy. And this is the day she picks to go to the beach, when the whole summer I told her I could go anytime. You just name it, Holly. You name the day. Of course, because she wanted to get together, I said, okay, Holly. See? So I feel obligated to do what these girlfriends wanted to do, like eating, going out for my birthday for breakfast, eating oatmeal, going to the beach on a very cold, windy October fall day instead of going in the summer when it was warm, hot, and like there was no one at the beach. It was totally deserted. So I have to put up with what these girls, well, I did when I was friends with them, where they wanted to go, what time, when they wanted to go. Always be available, on call like a doctor to them. Then another potential girlfriend, she wanted me to, she wasn't going to do any of the legwork. She wanted me to always go to her, have lunch where she worked, visit her apartment. And it's like, I was the one, if I wanted to be friends with her, I'd have to make, I'd have to do all the legwork, all the footwork. I'd have to go to her, and she was never going to lift a finger, to even meet me halfway, Wouldn't you think, like, let's meet at a convenient place where it's convenient for me and convenient for you, not just when it's convenient for you. And all these women ever do is talk about themselves. That's all they do, is talk about themselves. You can never say anything about yourself. They're not interested, okay? They don't care. They just want to talk about their own problems. And it's like, I think a friendship should be, two ways, a two-way street. I talk about my things and you talk about your things. But if it's one-sided, isn't that, that's what, go get yourself a shrink. And these women had psychologists. That's the funny thing. They were going to therapy. But therapy is a one-sided relationship. Therapy is when the therapist sits in the chair and listens, and you do all the talking, and they sit and listen. But you're paying them $200 to $300 a session. I wasn't a therapist. I come on and tell you right here, I am not a therapist. So I'm not getting paid $200 or $300. I'm not getting paid any money. And yet I'm on calls 24 hours a day with these friends. I do whatever they want, whenever they want, even when I don't want to go to the beach in a cold, windy day in October, where, I just have to stand there on the beach. There's not a soul in sight. I can't go in the water. I have to eat oatmeal. I have to go to a restaurant for my birthday dinner. Really? For breakfast, I have to go to this breakfast restaurant that's a diner, a piece of crap, and have some breakfast food because she has to watch her waistline. I should have just said no to both of them. I should have said, you know what? After the high school reunion, when you can finally eat, then you can take me out for my birthday. You know what, Holly? This is a crappy day. I don't want to go to the beach. Let's go to the beach. We had the whole summer to go to the beach. Where were you? I said I'd be available any day, you name it. You had all of June, July, August, and even halfway through September. I said I'd be available at your beck and call. Where were you then? You're just, So, and then all the drama that comes with it. Drama, drama, drama. It's like, oh, she'd always complain about her husband. He did this, he did that, he's cheating on me. Linda would always complain about her boyfriends. Oh, yeah, I found out he's married. First of all, I never went to his place. He would never allow me at his place. Red flag. He never gave me his phone number. Red flag. I mean, all the signs were there that the guy was married or living with someone or involved with someone. You never went to this man's place. Not once. I mean, then she calls up and cries, I didn't know. Really, Sandy, I didn't know. I said, I know, Linda, I know. It's okay. You didn't know. Well, you know what I mean? So I have to listen to her, and it is all this drama. The other one was complaining her husband's cheating, Holly, and she can't stand the bastard, this and that. He called me fat. He said he didn't want to sleep with me because I was fat. I had to hear all the intimacies of her sex life with her boyfriends. The intimacy of, now I'm doing anal sex. Oh, and I got carpal tunnel syndrome because I have to push my hands down, my wrist down in the rug when he's fucking me from behind. I have to get my ass in the air and push my hands down like that. And I want to hear this? Really? No, I don't. Too much information. What is it? TMI, too much information. I don't need to hear the details of your friggin' sex life. So these are all the cons, okay? I went out of my way for these people. I had them up on holidays when my handicapped son was up, and he's so handicapped, you have to be on top of him every minute. And I'm trying to entertain my best friend because she said, oh, I don't have anyone to spend the holidays with. And, I said, well, I have my handicapped son up. Oh, but I'm going to be all alone. I said, okay, come on up. We're going to eat dinner at 5, all right? Be here before dinner. Guess what time she comes? I told her we're going to be eating dinner at 5 o'clock. Dinner is going to be served because my son is severely handicapped. He's on a tight schedule. I can't explain it. He has severely brain damage. Watch my other videos. She shows up after 5 o'clock and she goes, oh, look, I'm on time. And we're all at the table eating. Okay, Holly, good for you. I mean, if someone says the dinner is going to be on the table at 5 and you show up a couple of minutes after 5, how rude is that? And she knows I have an invalid son that's coming for dinner. So I'm done. I am done with friends. Totally done. Totally. Okay. Another girlfriend said she's going to get a lawyer and sue me because I put her on an email list. Can you believe that? You put my name on an email list. I was sending a group email something, and I, instead of individually sending like over a dozen people an email, I put one email and I put everyone's name and sent it to the group. It was just much easier than to individually send the email to each person privately. It was just like a poem or something I wrote. I wanted to share like one of my poems that got published or something like that. I don't know. It was something like that. It wasn't a private one-to-one correspondence. It was like if I have one of my new books came out and I wanted to share it with everyone, like, oh, look, my new book came out. Okay. So I would write, whoever I wanted to share that with, maybe a dozen, 2 dozen people, and put the link to my book or whatever it was and give it to them instead of individually sending out 12 different emails. I'm going to sue you. I'm getting a lawyer and suing your fucking ass. And she called me at 10 o'clock at night to tell me this because her name was one of the names on the email list. I don't want my private email out to anyone. All right, enough. So it just feels so nice. It's so beautiful and peaceful not to have to deal with that crap shit. I can do what I want, when I want, at the time I want. I don't have to listen to anyone's problems or be on call. And I feel free. I really feel free not having friends. It's like a freedom because it felt it felt so much like I was being used. All right, I was being taken for granted when I did have friends, and so. But the cons of it are, I do feel lonely. I'm not, I have no one to talk to. I have no one to share things with. I'm losing my voice. I'm sorry. I guess I'm talking too much here. I guess it would be a good time to end the video because I'm losing my voice. But it gets very lonely. It's hard not to have a girlfriend to talk to do things with. Like, it's when you. It's better to share things with people. That's how. It's hard to describe. Like when you're doing something and like going on a vacation or something, to me it would feel so lonely not to have to share that experience with someone. Or even going shopping at Christmas time in the stores or going to a museum. I always feel like it would be nice to have a girlfriend, someone to do that with. But my son, I've been doing a lot of things with my son, and Austin, the one who lives at home, who's getting his master's degree. He has a full-time job in a crisis text line. And I'm doing a lot of those things. Like I went to the Museum of Fine Arts with him. I'm going to some Harry Potter event. I don't know what it is with him this week. And so I'm getting to do those things that I would do normally with a girlfriend. I'm getting to share those experiences with my son. So my son has become like my friend. But I guess I do miss a girlfriend in those respects, that I don't have someone to share those moments with, like just like going to the museum or just going out to lunch and trying to catch up on what's going on, or talking about the events in the world with someone. It gets lonely. I'm not going to deny it. I mean, this is what I do. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and then I start writing. I start getting dressed to do my video, makeup, hair, outfit. I have to pick a topic. What am I going to talk about for my videos? And then I have to put together my video. Then I have to edit my video. Then I have to get a thumbnail. Then I have to upload it to Dropbox, download it. And then in between doing all this, I exercise. I have an exercise regimen I do every morning. And then I market my video and then I write. And this takes me all day until about 1 o'clock. And then at 1 o'clock, I go out to the library and I read. I'm an avid reader. I love to read about people's lives. I mostly read memoirs and autobiographies. Those are the two things I read, memoirs and autobiographies. But, in the afternoon, maybe for an hour or two, I do feel lonely. I feel like, gee, it would be fun to get together with a girlfriend and do something, have lunch or go shopping. Um, so I'm not going to lie that even though I don't have the drama and I have the freedom from not having friends, I really do miss, like, around the holidays. I used to go to Holly would have a big Christmas Eve party, and I would go to her party, and she have a lot of people over, a lot of friends, and I do miss that camaraderie of around the holidays. It's very, very lonely. I have no family. I'm all alone. Me, my husband, and two sons. We're all alone every holiday, every Thanksgiving, every Christmas, every New Year's, every I don't. We're alone on birthdays. We don't. Before I used to throw big parties for Austin's birthday, and I'd have my all my friends up. I'd have his friends up. It would be a festive time. I'd decorate the house. There'd be a big crowd, a big bunch of people, and it would be nice having that around special occasions like holidays, like birthdays. My other friend used to take me out every year for my birthday. Now I spend my birthday all alone. I don't get any cards anymore. I don't send out Christmas cards. This is another thing that's bad about it. Um, I get no birthday cards. I get no Christmas cards. I don't celebrate any of these occasions. I don't celebrate my birthday with anyone except my husband and my son. There's no parties for my son anymore because there's no friends to invite. He doesn't have any friends to invite either because he works and goes to school remotely. My husband works remotely. Um, I work remotely doing all these videos, and I write and I submit to magazines. I publish books. All this stuff is remote. So I don't go. The only place I physically go to is the library every day, and I don't meet anyone there. And I go to the thrift shop once a week, Savers, and other than that, I go out and take walks. I love nature. I'm an Audubon. I have a subscription to the. I'm a member of the Massachusetts Audubon Society, so I get to go to all the Audubon places for free. They're all over. There's Natick, there's Sharon. There's Blue Hills, Milton, and then I get to go and enjoy nature, boardwalks, walks in the woods. I love to do that, but I only do it with my husband. My husband is really, and my son, Austin, who lives at home. They're the only two companions I have, and I have to admit, I miss having some girl pal time. I don't have any girls in my life. There is no woman in my life. So I have no girl time to share anything with, how girls talk among themselves about girl things. I only have my husband and my son, so I can't talk about girl things, girly things, like makeup or hair or clothes, or not just those things, but, different outfits or handbags, or just what, or talk about guys, how girls like to talk about guys, even if you're married. I just don't have any girl pals. I miss that female camaraderie. I don't have that in my life. It's very, very lonely. And and there's no celebrations anymore. No cards, no celebrations. Only me and my husband and my son. That's all there is. And I'm not going to say that, you know, that it isn't lonely. Even though I feel free and unrestricted and untethered now because I'm not trapped in that the way I used to be in these friendships, it's still, it gets very, very lonely in certain times of the year. Like, if you're single on Valentine's Day for women, it can feel very lonely because, everyone who's partnered up is celebrating, going out to dinner, getting roses, getting chocolates, champagne, and you're not partnered up. Well, I feel that way during the holidays when people are celebrating with their family and friends, and I have no family and friends to celebrate. I'm not going to lie and say that it's extremely lonely. It's very lonely. It's very painful to not celebrate your birthday, not have a card, not have anyone give you a gift other than your husband and son for Christmas, not go to any parties. Everyone goes to parties in the holiday. I'm the only one who doesn't go to any parties. I have no family. I have no friends, except for my two sons and my husband. I mean, I'm an only child. I don't have any extended family. My husband has brothers, but they have nothing to do with him. They never invite him over. I mean, I have invited them over my house, but they never reciprocated. Um, so what am I going to do? So let me know your thoughts, your feelings, the pros and cons if you're a loner, or what you think about it. I love to hear from you. I want to know um, if you experience the same thing that I do. And please comment. Please let me know about your